The last step, and the most important one as well, is to calibrate the system. You need to calibrate the system when you change the pressure sensor, because they are all different. And when you calibrate the system, what you do is to explain to the PLC that the new values from the pressure sensor are equivalent to certain levels. So that's what you do when you calibrate the system, actually. In general, I think you should calibrate the system all the time when you do a service or a preventive service or whatever kind of service it is, because it's important for the accuracy of the system. You should never do a calibration if you're not completely sure that there is no leakage at all in the system. The minimal leakage in the system can cause that instead of calibrate the system, you just uncalibrate it at all. I mean, it will be just wrong and go backwards. So to do that, you need one of these switches, the one we have been using the whole time. And that's pretty much everything, because we already did all the dirty work. So if we follow this cable here, the pink one, it's always almost pink. So the pink one is made for calibration. And this cable comes here, and you see here there is another pink cable here, which is the same one. And then you just make a bridge in between that. You just put a jumper in between these two cables. Actually, that's what you do here. And this is there is a terminal here which is called calibration. It's CAL for calibration. And then you put your switch here, just connect it there, because you're meant to do a jumper here. The next step is to check with Candiac that which is the calibration pressure. In this specific case, the calibration pressure is 2039 millibar. So the next thing to do after you have checked which pressure you should calibrate the system with is I recommend to put the system in the stop mode, and then you can control which pressure you're supposed to have. Now I already adjust the pressure to 2039 millibar, which is the one which we're supposed to calibrate the system with. Sometimes you don't have the cap in the regulator, but you have it like this. And the way to adjust it is that you should loose this motor here, and then with a flat screwdriver you can adjust the pressure up and down. So if you don't have a cap, then you know what to do. After you're completely sure that the pressure is right, then you turn it back to roam mode, and you just break the fuses so that the power goes down. Then what you do is to turn the switch on, so you make a jumper in between these two cables. We do now. Then the system, be sure that the switch is in the roam mode. Then you go with the fuses on again, so the system just start to run. We give it around 30 seconds or something. Then it's just to wait and hope that the system is going to be calibrated afterwards. The most important thing in this step is that you're sure that this light is lit. This will mean that the system is in the calibration mode just now. This is if you see here, this E1.1, the same port as the pink cable, which is 1.1 as well. Okay, I think 30 seconds has gone already. So then we break again. We change the switch back to normal position, which is not connected, not jumped anymore. Then put the system on again, and then you see that the light is not lit anymore. And now the system should be up and running in the normal mode. Now we can just go up with the pressure, because we're not calibrating anymore. We're running the system with a little bit less than 3 bar. So we just go a little bit above the pressure calibration pressure, sorry. And now the system should be up and running and already calibrated. You can check in the count how the gains are,